Yeah, unless you have been living under a rock, I'm sure you know about this situation. It's bad. It's really, really bad. As you can see in the top rankings in the ranked duels, the first like 10 cards are all hero cards. All of them. If you go to the extra deck, Nightmare Phoenix, which is the best generic extra deck monster, is ranked 7. And that's really bad. That has never happened before. Yeah, heroes are insane. The deck is insane, everybody's playing it, the skill is broken, and the format is terrible right now. What the hero deck does, in case you aren't familiar for whatever reason, maybe you're just not playing Duel Links and you're watching this video for whatever reason, there's this hero deck that has been introduced into the game currently with a really, really broken skill. And the skill searches Super Poly. And that's insane. When a skill such as Super Poly, it's already insane on its own. And more than that is that we already have like a skill that does that before, but you still have to normal summon Neos in order to trigger the skill. Well, this skill just gives it to you for free. You just get it. You don't have to have anything on field. You just do it as the first thing you do on your turn. You get a free monster. You get a free super poly. You also get a free regular poly. You get both of them. It's insane. And then you can just use it right away. It's kind of who designed this skill? Anyway, and in the new anniversary, we also got two new fusion monsters. We got Armed Neos, which is a board wipe, and a Rainbow Neos, which is also a board wipe. But it also can shuffle stuff back from the graveyard as well. These two are insane fusion monsters, but the deck is already really good before the anniversary. But after the anniversary, it's just even more insane. We obviously got the two fusion monsters. We also got Crosskeeper, which is just basically Pot of Greed, because you can send this to the graveyard using your skill if you have it in your hand, and then if you fusion summon a Neos fusion monster, you just get to draw two, and then place a card to the bottom of your deck. As if like Liquid Neos isn't good enough already. No, this card already draws you two cards. No, that's not enough. Just not enough. Apparently, we need more Pot of Greeds. So yeah, the deck is doing very insane things right now, and that's bad. It's really bad. It's bad design. Let's talk about why it's bad design. I'm sure you guys know why. It's all about the super poly. The super poly being searchable is a very bad design, skill wise, because I won't go into if super poly itself is bad design, because that is an entire an entire topic on its own. But Super Poly being searchable by a skill specifically, this is really, really bad, because Super Poly is a spell that cannot be responded to, and can remove monsters without your opponent having any chance of stopping it. And skills, the way it works in Duel Links is that you can't stop it. You can't chain anything to it, you can't negate skills, you can't chain, you can't respond to skills, and you also don't have an activation window after you use the skill, which is massive, because that means after you search the super poly using the skill, there is no activation window in which you can stop the super poly from activating. You can't get rid of the fusion materials before you activate the super poly, because there's no activation window. And even if there is, they can just chain the super poly because it's a quick play spell, and then you can't respond to the super poly anyway. And that's bad. It's so bad. It really sucks that it just feels so helpless. Like any other deck is just completely helpless against what the hero deck is able to do, because whatever board you just make, it just gets destroyed by super poly. You can set up a board with, just your typical boss monsters. You can have a board with, Dragon Stapelia. You can have a board with Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Doesn't matter. You can have a board with like any amount of negates, and then you can have a board with like Dragon Maid Shio. Where's Shio? Can't find where Shio is. Yeah, you can have a board with Dragon Maid Shio. Doesn't matter because the first thing they do is super poly it away, and there's nothing you can do about it. And that's just frustrating. That is a very frustrating way to play the game. And even if you're playing heroes yourself, it's even more frustrating because they can super poly away both your monsters because all of your monsters are hero monsters. So they can just use super poly on both of your monsters without using any of their own monsters. And you can do the same, and that's just annoying. It's annoying for both of you. It's just a race on who gets to use the super poly most effectively. And yeah, it's bad. It's bad. You know what? It's even worse than Tachyon back in the day because last year we have Tachyon around the same time of the year, and the deck is broken. It's tier 0. The skill is broken. It searches Tachyon Transmigration, which is a counter trap. Again, it's the same issue all over again. It's a removal that cannot be interacted with, and that has caused a lot of problems. This trap specifically being searchable is a huge problem back in the Tachyon meta. And even then, it's still less bad than Super Poly because, well, at least, first of all, you can negate the Transmigration with another Transmigration because it's a counter trap, it's spell speed free. You can chain counter traps to it, so it's not completely unrespondable to. And also, the deck is fairly easy to stop if you play specific counters to it. So, people were playing Ice Dragon's Prison, people were playing Mischief of the Gnomes that also counters Shiranui because those two decks were the top 2 decks of the meta. So that card was a really good card against both of those decks. And those cards just don't exist against heroes. People were coping, we can play non-fusion area. We can stop them from fusion summoning. That's not good. This card is not good. They can stop this card really easily. You can chain, not to mention any, mystical space typhoons that they might be playing. They can just normal summon, Stratos. And that counters it. They just use the skill to get a Neos, normal summon Stratos, use the effect to pop a back row. If they chain anything to it, just super poly. Just nothing they can do to stop the super poly. And the Stratos is also really hard to interact because the super poly is in their hand. They can just fuse away the Stratos if anything goes wrong. It's not good. There's not a lot of good counters. Curd Seal of the Forbidden Spell, you can use that against the regular poly. You can't use that against super poly. And that's frustrating. And yeah, Tachyon meta was already bad back in the day. It was a tier 0 deck. It's even worse. It's even worse today. Yeah, I just don't know what to say. If Konami were to fix the skill, it's very easy. It's very easy to fix the hero meta. Just don't let them search Super Poly. I'm fine. I'm fine with them having access to, armed Neos, Rainbow Neos. I'm fine with them eating glue and summoning a Rainbow Dragon for absolutely free. I'm fine with that. It's stupid. It's dumb. They shouldn't be able to do that. They shouldn't be able to, cheat out a armed dragon funded level 10 for absolutely free. But that's fine. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I've already accepted the fact that heroes can do dumb stuff like that. But please, 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 don't let them search Super Poly. This is just frustrating. Nobody likes that. Even heroes players don't like that because, if you face against another hero player, you just get Super Polyed by their Super Poly. Nobody likes Super Poly. Don't let them search Super Poly. You know what? Don't even let them play Super Poly. Super Poly is limited to 1 right now. So even if they can't search it, they can just hard draw it, and that's still frustrating. Just don't let them play Super Poly at all, and the deck will be fine. It will still be strong, because the fusion monsters are strong monsters. Rainbow Neos is a really strong board wipe. Armed Neos is a really strong board wipe. being able to cheat out Arm Dragon level 10 and Arm Dragon level Thunder level 10 are still really good monsters. But at least it's not frustrating. Having access to Super Poly is frustrating, and we don't like that. It's bad design. It's bad skill design. The fact that both the skill and the Super Poly cannot be responded to is bad design. Please remove them. Don't let me see those cards ever again. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I would like to know about what you guys think about the skill. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the major consensus is that it's bad. You know, not that it's unplayably bad. It's like too good that it's bad for the game. Bad. Um, yeah, I would like to hear about like what you guys would do about this terrible meta. I'm sure you guys all agree that it's terrible. I would like to hear about what you would like to be see what you would like to see done against this deck. And yeah, I don't know. I probably won't be playing a lot of duelings in these few weeks because it's just so insufferable. It's like I have some free to play decks in mind that I wanted to play, but like I don't think I stand a chance against Super Poly. Just like I don't have the motivation. That's the point, right? It's so demoralizing to, make a boss monster just for it to be super polyed away. I mean, the only decks I could play is probably like water decks because, Absolute Zero isn't in the game, but even then, Armed Dragon level 10 and Armed Dragon Thunder level 10 are still really strong monsters. So, yeah, I'll probably be taking a break in the next few weeks. I'll be maybe playing more Rush, but even I've gotten to King of Games and Rush as well. I didn't stream it, but I have been grinding in both Speed and Rush. I specifically grinded Speed before the new structure deck because I knew this would happen. If the deck was seeing play even before the new anniversary structure deck, it's gonna be a terrible, terrible time when the structure deck actually arrives. The deck was tier 1 before even the structure deck arrived, so it was a good idea to get to King of Games using Winged Dragon of Ra before the new stuff came. Yeah, by the way, this is what I got to King of Games and Rush. I have uploaded the deck on Duel Links Meta. It's Void Velg. It's unsurprisingly Void Velg. It's I've added the stamp on my Requiem because it looks nice. Yep. So in case you're wondering, that's what I've been playing for Rush. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'll be doing in Duel Links for like the following few weeks because I've been grinding for both King of Games and Speed and Rush, so then I don't have to grind after the anniversary comes around. So yeah, I'll probably not be making a lot of decklist videos specifically on Duel Links. I don't know. I don't know what I'll be doing. But yeah, okay. Enough of me talking. Thanks for watching. I'll see you whenever I see you next. Bye.